Chapter 15. Locum Juliana. No sooner had the door slammed shut behind her than Juliana felt herself firmly enclosed in a soft, downy clasp. Ever so gently she was lifted up and placed in a cleft between two great rock walls, dark and grey. From this concealed vantage point she could just see, through the opaque gloom, the desert sands stretching before her. Beyond them, silhouetted against the dark sky, was a tree. Now, here is where death will come, she thought. She shut her eyes, squeezing them very tightly together. Her muscles turned to water, and she had the feeling you got when you know that at any moment the needle is going to pierce you, and you wince in anticipation of its first sting. She waited for the blow, or bite, or cut to fall. But no blow came. Instead, echoing back from the rocks, she heard a rhythmic flapping of wings. Gliding down like a grand, although slightly unwieldy seraphim, landed the white pelican. It stood alone and solemn in the yellow sands. Its black-tipped feathers quivered in the air. Opposite, face to face, and also alone, marched Lord Catfish. While she still couldn't see anything very well, she could hear snatches of their conversation. "Where's that nasty little goblin girl? That trollop? That succubus, Juliana?" Lord Catfish's gimlet eyes swivelled round in search of the girl. "What have you done with her?" "She is no use to you now. I am here," said the pelican quietly. "Don't tell me, old mariner, that you don't recall the ancient canon." "I am the canon," he said. "Psht! You know very well that under the governance of Striven, the decree regarding stealing from the castle states that whoever offends the honour of the royal household in this way shall be fined the cost of their life. She stole the cake, broke the law, and must pay the price. Already I begin to feel the scourge of hunger taunt me. As time plus chance would have it, I get an extra pot-luck dinner tonight," he smirked. "Pass the mustard and the malefactor." It is true, she did commit a breach of law, and you are correct, the ancient law must not be violated. The edict asked for her life as punishment for the wrong done. But I will foot the bill instead. Liquidate me, not her. I will exchange my flesh and blood for hers," said the pelican. "What? Oh, you keep your big old bill out of this. I want her." "Why?" "Because she was going to find the white heart of stone sooner or later, and probably with help from you traitor," he snarled. "You never could stand the thought that I was ruler of Striven. You wanted to be. You wanted them to obey you, to love you. You were always the jealous one, resenting me and my reign. You couldn't enjoy them as I did, could you?" He said this in what he imagined was a taunting way. The pelican's soft, dark eyes mutely stared at him. Then it shifted its weight on its leathery, webbed feet. "My digestion of those succulent little slugs was a torment to you, because as I devoured those little victuals, I grew stronger. The children of Striven taste good in a casserole," he said wryly, slivering his long blue tongue around his very thin lips. "The more they sacrificed themselves to me, the stronger I got. With every bite, every chew, every swallow, I felt the lifeblood powerfully course through my beating veins. I felt exultant. I gave them their little dreams, didn't I? Controlled and crushed them with their bitter-sweet desires. Their Lodi. It wasn't hard. Give 'em a dollop of what they fancy and keep 'em coming back for more. Sounds like a song, ha-ha. But it never lasted. I always wondered when they'd figure it out. They never did. They're more stupid than even I thought. Dainty viands. No revolution as long as they had their Lodi. Stupid manky clods." "You were beautiful once," said the Pelican, "but even fresh innocent babies can end up as leprous old tyrants." Ignoring this remark, the creature continued. "Then you thought you'd put an end to me once and for all when you planted that little fungus, Juliana, here to find the white stone and return striven to you. As usual, you underestimated me. I wasn't going to let Earth's vixen find the stone and cut off my supply. All that stuff about helping people without getting anything in return. Love, pah! That's where you went wrong. You're so naive, I could almost pity you, but not quite. I couldn't take the risk because she came close, I'll grant you. But she was as weak and vile as the rest of them. In the end, she could only love her own happiness. Mortals only ever can. It was like taking candy off a baby. Gormless gomp. Everyone has their price, eh? Cake. Ha! He spat the words out contemptuously. They are but flesh, the Pelican sighed. Exactly. They're not like us, you know. So easily pleased. It was almost too easy, in fact. Fat and sugar, pride and pleasure. Something that looks good, tastes sweet. Something she couldn't have. Ah, an oldie but a goodie. Greed or vanity, it doesn't matter which. Works every time. Well, now I come to think of this could work to my advantage. I've got 2 for the price of 1. I was expecting to dine today on a delicious, if dithering, dunderhead. But as well, I banquet on the blighted bird. Smoked you out at last, my feathered fowl. I always knew I would, and here you are. Here I am. Do your worst, said the Pelican. You can't deny it, old bird. In the end, I got you. What a bit of luck, he said. Juliana couldn't really make out what happened next. It was all so very fast and confusing, but she heard a cry like a curlew ring out across the barren sands, then something like bones crunching. Then, like eddying snowflakes caught in a blizzard, a flurry of feathers scattered to the ground. On the far end of a branch of the yew tree sat Lord Catfish, legs dangling. Wiping blood and feathers from his terrible mouth, he laughed.